says,
Gee, I wonder if that means Jed
Clampett
Clampett is my cousin.
is my cousin.
Adam.
An old woman. Paul says, gee, I wonder if that means Jed Clampett is my cousin.
Adam. Harry's
Adam says, Harry's the thought. Anyway, that's not really possible. After all, this is TV. Ben says, boys, I don't know what to say. Little Joe says,
Oh, shucks, Paul, we ain't particular.
Paul says, that's right, Paul.
Little blood tie don't make us no never mind.
To Marlboro Man. And no hard feelings to you, Marlboro Man. Dad?
Marlboro Man.
Marlboro Man says, I ain't worried about none of that tenderfoot crap. Now back off, you Cartwrights. My boys ain't done eating and drinking yet. Ben says, that's the spirit, business as usual.
General
hubbub of partying resumes. Adam says, hey, look,
Star Trek's coming on TV.
Star Trek's coming on TV.
TV
has been switched on by the pointed ears. Marlboro Man Little Joe looks towards the TV, looking towards the TV.
And it's the
original. And it's the original. The one I like. Back shouts to the kitchen door. Hey, Hot Scene! The good version of Star Trek is coming on. The hell with shrinks on board the Enterprise.
Tonto sticks his head out the kitchen door.
Said to Little Joe, hey, you chump. Tonto not big crap to my man Hot Scene. Picard rules.
Tonto slams the kitchen door.
Following the stunned silence, the insult record moves the Cartwright boys. Fellas, Tonto's siding with Hot Scene on this Star Trek thing. Marlboro Man says, oh man. Whoa, gents.
I think
we got a workable problem here.
Little Joe thinks that the old Star Trek is best.
Paul says, huh?
The Little Joe.
I like the next generation best. Little Joe says,
why, you big hunk of lard?
Okay, I'll just wait till he cuts me off, and then I'll wait until tomorrow to keep going. So, I got to add this little bit here. After Little Joe says to Hoss, why, you big hunk of lard?
Several of Marlboro Man's men began chanting, we like Next Generation too.
It's hard to read. Began chanting, we like Next Generation too. A general
shoving match
ensues, escalating into Hoss and Little Joe stalking each other in the jaw. Music starts for a song. Ben and Marlboro Man sing a lament, celebrating cigarettes, the land unplowed. A good horse, and no girls allowed. After the duel, Tonto and Hop Scene enter from the kitchen, replacing the former duet with one of their own, announcing the imminent re-arrival of Granny with her double-barrel bang, now accompanied by a gang. The song ends and there's immediately a sharp knock at the front door, along with the sound of many scuffling feet. Granny from outside. Hussy! Open up, you geeks! Hoss says.
Fellowship. This ought to be fun.
Well,
A group of teenage
I'll carry on later.
each obviously
Wearing modern teen male hairstyles and fashions, streetwise and tough-looking. The cowboys all stare, dumbfounded. They all gradually acknowledge each other in silence, while the Star Trek episode plays on TV. Ben addresses the youth gang in a brief song. He welcomes them to the Ponderosa and to television. All you bright young thugs, and then tells them that they are about to join their older brothers in that time-honored American endeavor to decide through fisticuffs with a knuckle sandwich conflagration if it's Star Trek we've seen enough or Star Trek Next Generation. The song ends with a reverential silence while everyone stands about sniffling and choking back tears of pride. Suddenly, Granny brandishes her shotgun and admonishes all the guys present. Granny says, "I've changed my mind, you clods. I came all the way here from LAX, and I intend to kick some butt on behalf of Captain Picard and that hunky brainiac Data." Hoss, amidst disgruntled mumbling from the men and boys. "What do you mean, Granny?" Mom." Granny, throwing aside her shotgun. "I mean it's high noon." Ben checking his watch. "My clock must be wrong. I've got 9:30 p.m. Granny, "No, you idiot. Haven't you ever seen that Gary Cooper Western? Now that was a real cowboy. What I mean is, let's rock and roll." The men all stand around uncertainly, not understanding Granny's lingo. Granny, "You know, let's go downtown, tally-ho, kick some butt." Hoss, "Huh?" Granny, "You nitwit, I mean like Banzai." Little Joe, "Oh, Banzai, we got you now." All, "Banzai, Banzai, Banzai." Granny to Ben, "What do you say, Ben?" Ben, "Little Joe, take Hop Sing and ride to Honolulu. Tell the Admiral there that on December the 7th, the enemy is going to..." Granny to Ben, "I mean, what do you say to me?" Hop Sing, ignoring Granny, "Hop Sing not to go to Honolulu. Little Joe total drag on the road." Little Joe, "For once I agree with Hop Sing, Pop. Why the heck do you want us to miss Star Trek and go to Honolulu?" Ben, "Son, it's vitally important that..." Granny, interrupting, "Cut the chatter. I'm stoked to get upside somebody's head, because not one of you male cows has ever heard of Deep Space Nine, which makes the earlier Star Treks look like Clodhopper Trek." A choral song begins as some of the older males, led by Hop Sing, register their denial of the newly mentioned TV series by their celebration of their earlier conflict. "It's easy work and blow by blow. I'll beat the Kirk out of Little Joe." This singer is answered by some others, led by Adam, who exhorts the others to rally behind the loyals who've sworn to Brusher and Messer, the feminist Dr. Crusher, God bless her. As the song ends, Granny clobbers Little Joe with the saddle, knocking him to the floor. The youth gang members mill about, obviously bored and ignoring all this. Little Joe jumps to his feet and squares off with Granny. Granny, "Come on, pimp!" A huge, indiscriminate fight erupts. Ben hastily seats himself in the wheelchair and punches Marlboro Man in the gut again. Marlboro Man, "Why, Ben, if you weren't wearing them wheels, I'd, Hoss, uh-oh. Now Marlboro Man's senile too." Tonto and Hop Sing bail out of the slugfest, retiring to Ben's bar as Hoss gains a slight advantage over Little Joe. Marlboro Man joins Hop Sing and Tonto at the bar. Marlboro Man, "Hooka hey, pals, it's a good day to die, right, brothers?" Tonto, "Speak for yourself, bub." Hop Sing, "Hey, Marlboro Man, let Hop Sing massage your head with this gin bottle." They leap back into the fray, and soon Granny wades into them like gangbusters. Granny, "It was getting boring over in the peanut gallery." Meanwhile, a vast melee is underway. Hoss flings a mighty left at taxidermy Trigger but misses. Adam slugs himself in the jaw mercilessly. Little Joe grabbing Adam's arm. "Easy, big fella. He's had enough." On the TV, Star Trek is suddenly replaced by an announcement that Pearl Harbor has just been bombed in World War II. Granny and Marlboro Man are grappling at the bar. Marlboro Man looking at the TV. Why is that on the news? That was over 50 years ago." taking advantage of Marlboro Man's distraction, Granny pulls on his nose, causing a rubber mask that he has been wearing the entire time to come off. Everyone stops fighting and stands back in disbelief as Marlboro Man is revealed to be none other than Captain Picard from Star Trek, The Next Generation. Captain Picard to the Cartwrights. Yes, gentlemen, it's true. I, Captain Picard, hero to some of you and nemesis to others, am your real father, Hop Sing. Not only that, but Hop Sing, actual Japanese spy using secret info from Ponderosa to bomb Pearl Harbor 50 years ago. Ben. Huh? Little Joe, suddenly disoriented. I just wish I could say beam me up, but I can't remember that guy's name. Tonto. It's Scotty. Little Joe. Oh yeah, Scotty. Distracted, mumbling to himself. Yeah, beam me up, Scotty. Scotty, Scotty, Scotty. Laughs with a brutal irony. Grabbing Adam's arm. Easy, big fella. He's had enough. On the TV, Star Trek is suddenly replaced by 50 years ago. Taking advantage of Marlboro Man's distraction, Granny pulls on his nose. Star Trek is suddenly replaced by an announcement that Pearl Harbor has just been bombed in World War II. Granny and Marlboro Man are grappling at the bar. Marlboro Man looking at the TV. Why is that on the news? That was over 50 years ago. Taking advantage of Marlboro Man's distraction, Granny pulls on his nose, causing a rubber mask that he has been wearing the entire time to come off. Everyone stops fighting and stands back in disbelief as Marlboro Man is revealed to be none other than Captain Picard from Star Trek, The Next Generation. Captain Picard to the Cartwrights. Yes, gentlemen, it's true. I, Captain Picard, hero to some of you and nemesis to others, am your real father, Hop Sing. Not only that, but Hop Sing, actual Japanese spy using secret info from Ponderosa to bomb Pearl Harbor 50 years ago. Ben. Huh? Little Joe, suddenly disoriented. I just wish I could say beam me up, but I can't remember that guy's name. Tonto. It's Scotty. Little Joe. Oh yeah, Scotty. Distracted, mumbling to himself. Yeah, beam me up, Scotty. Scotty, Scotty, Scotty. Laughs with a brutal irony. Act 3. Same scene as before, except that it is later that night. Only Ben, Picard, Granny, Tonto, and Hop Sing remain upright, and they are standing around the bar. Everyone else is unconscious on the floor, scattered about the room among broken furniture. Peking duck and a bottle of Rhine wine are being consumed at the bar. Ben surveying the scene in the room. I'm telling you, the things you have to do to get the boys to sleep. Music comes from the TV. It is the theme music to Deep Space Nine. Hop Sing. Hop Sing say, oh no, not another Star Trek. All the cowboys and youth gang members sit up and sing their final song with those at the bar. Granny was cool with her double-barrel tool, and we bit and fought like good boys ought. But concerning Star Trek, what the heck? There's better things to find ourselves facing. We'd rather... But concerning Star Trek, what the heck? There's better things to find ourselves facing. We'd rather watch Perry Mason. The curtain falls as they sing the last chorus. It was kind of a stupid night at the Ponderosa, but except for the teenagers, we weren't bored. The end.
in relatively short. It gets funny too much failing that to one face and then steer after minutes and 30 seconds. Unless they never get old. Longer than that, occasionally hear from outside. If I wanted to, however, I could walk and chew gum at the same time. Don't want that except that I don't like chewing gum. I just assume not see stuff. I hate unavoidable situations such as problem stereo sound system. It occurs to me that most people by an asteroid which is focusing on common channels without tying them together when they have. In any event, I'm referring to paying attention to multiple things very long without with a unified attention to producing some ancient chestnut. Listener players accumulating decades don't really have to think about this anyway. Separates the men from the boys, to the autonomic nervous system, or the women from the girls, which doesn't actually make you nervous. Separate the men from the women. If you think about all this during musical practice, etc., you'll be amazed how much more troublesome this activity becomes. Generally, few will choose not to breathe while doing other tasks. Swimming underwater would be an exception.